Good afternoon, everyone. With great pleasure, I welcome all of you to the fourth ForeignGrad webinar by a distinguished scholar, Miss Rutuja Chhajed, on the topic of University of Oxford application and admission process. I am Dhananjay Kumar and I am currently pursuing Masters in Public Policy from King's College London as a Chevening Scholar. Today's webinar is a part of new initiative called Scholar Series, launched by our exceptional team at ForeignGrad. For this series, we will be inviting scholars from around the world to create awareness about scholarships, university applications, opportunities for young people amongst prospective applicants, with a focus on first generation learners and students that belong to socially and economically disadvantaged section of the society. With this, I invite Ms. Rutuja Chhajed, who secured admission in MSc in International Health and Tropical Medicine at University of Oxford. Welcome, Rutuja.
Hi, thank you, Dhananjay.
Ms. Rutuja, you have an interesting journey so far. Would you like to share some of the highlights of your journey with our viewers?
Oh, sure. So basically, I'm a graduate in biomedical engineering from IIT VHU. Like everybody, even I did not know what I would like to do in my life. And this was a question that really lingered around for a while. But I'm very grateful for my college experience, that led me to explore several things, not only in biomedical engineering, exploring different research projects and interning at various labs, but also certain developmental activities around the campus. So every such bit and piece had a huge impact on me and shaped what I would like to do. For example, I was really into core research. And I was also inclined socially, so both of them combined together really helped me. I wanted to combine both my aspects, my interest in engineering and my social inclination to do something. So
Mhm.
yes, as in my college life, I would say was a nice experience. Post that, I worked briefly for a pharmaceutical company called Novartis, where I was a business analyst. It was not related to my profession, but that really shed a lot of light on how the US healthcare worked and how health policies are very crucial. So this further inclined me, towards the field that I'll be pursuing in the field of public health. And post that, I took an important decision of my life to quit my job and work at a research institute which actually does things in this avenue. And yeah, that is it. And now I've applied to this university and I'll be pursuing my higher studies.
That's great, Rutuja. There are very few people, who have such a wonderful job in the corporate field, then quit the job, move towards a research field, and then go for the higher education. So, uh, I am. We are very fortunate to have you on this foreign grad platform to understand various things about University of Oxford application, about your interest in research. So with this, I will ask the second question, that if you are interested in bioengineering, then why and how did you decide to pursue a master degree in a different field from a foreign university?
Okay. So during the college years, I was really interested in neurosciences. I pursued two, three interns, like in India and in Japan, in this particular field. It was interesting, but then this is very personal, but this was sort of bothering me that I couldn't see the larger or the like future impact of it. I'm sure there was an impact of what the work I did, but it was not very direct. And I just did not want to be limited to publishing articles in journals, but wanted to see a more direct and a real impact. So I was sort of drifting away from core sciences and like core sciences basically. And then I was not really sure what I would do, but all these experiences, for example, my work at Novartis and then the work at St. John's, where getting insights of how health policies are crucial. And here at St. John's, what I'm working at is intersection of engineering and public health. So whatever tools we develop here or whatever devices we develop, those are directly implemented on the ground, and especially in the low resource settings. So I could just tell, like, I'm working on a health monitoring system for preterm babies to monitor their health in resource constrained settings where there are no hospitals, there's no emergency help that is there. So we've developed a certain device that could be attached to babies and alert mothers when to take what action. So such frugal innovations, helping community at large really moved me. As in, I really never enjoyed my work as much as I do right now. So I thought I would want to continue on the similar lines in future. So I thought that I had a lot of experience in engineering, but in terms of public health, because we are engineers, we don't have that background in economics and social sciences. I thought, why not build a strong foundation in public health? And that's why I decided to apply for a higher studies course. And yeah.
Amazing, amazing, amazing career path, and you have shown a new interest. And I'm sure you, when people will see your interview, people will understand how the gaps in this medical field, the gaps in the health policy, and how one can have a good experience in the corporate, use that experience, move towards the research field, and work for the society also. So with this, we want to understand the third question regarding your selection in the University of Oxford. That is the world's topmost university in the world, which is a dream for many. Can you share your feeling after getting admitted to the prestigious university, and in which course you have been selected, and why you want to study at University of Oxford?
Okay. I mean, this is very obvious. I was elated when I got into the, like, in fact, when I just got called for an interview, I mean, I was so grateful to the entire universe for that. And that somehow built a confidence in myself, just, reassured me that I have something or I can do something. That was the first feeling. And why Oxford? Like, first of all, the course I'm going into is called International Health and Tropical Medicine. It
Mhm.
comes under the avenue of public health, but this particular course is specific to resource constrained settings. So all the modules are somehow tailored in a manner that they focus on problems that are happening not in the developed side of the world, but the developing part. And how do you
Mhm.
cater to those problems? And because of the special focus, I got inclined towards this course. And why Oxford? Because it was not just about the course. Like, anybody can give me the theoretical knowledge in public health. I can do some online courses. But what really is important here is the professional training that was offered by Oxford. Like, how do you convince policymakers? Because that is what you'll be doing at the end of the day, like after studying public health. So all that training, learning from the best, I thought was not offered by any other university, and I thought I want this, like, not just the theory but the practical training. And yeah, that is why Oxford.
That's perfect, because the great university and the world's best university provides you that environment, provides you that networking where you learn from your classmates, from your professors, and learn the best practices, come to your country and implement the best practices across the world. So that ecosystem gives you a lot of confidence. So I can understand your point. So with this, I want to ask on the behalf of the viewer that would you like to share of your experience of applying to the University of Oxford? What is the process exactly of applying to the University of Oxford?
Okay, the process was quite simple, but before going to the process, I was not really sure if I'm eligible or if I can apply. So the first thing I did was mail the program coordinator saying that, this is my profile. Am I even eligible? Because shifting from one discipline to the other, uh, the things are not as clear, because in the eligibility they just mention that you need to have a background in social sciences or medicine, because most of the people who go into public health are either doctors, nurses, or economists or social scientists. So I was really not sure. So this was the first thing I did. Ask if I can actually apply. And after that, I got a heads up. Still, I was a little confused. Can I apply to this university? Am I good enough for the university? here I was helped by my college senior. His name is Anurag Srivastav. He was really helpful in the sense that he connected me to a lot of scholar students in Oxford, and I spoke to them and I shared my profile, and just got it evaluated if at all it makes sense for me to apply or not. And again, after getting heads up, I went to the application process of what all is to be done. And like the second and the first point actually gave me a lot of confidence, especially talking to lots of students, and saying that you can apply was a really important way. And like at times you get defeated that probably I cannot apply, but then that helped me a lot. That motivated me a lot that I should go ahead.
Mhm.
Uh, yeah, and in terms of you the application process, you want me to like tell what the
Yes,
process? Yeah.
definitely for the viewers, definitely.
Yeah, so the process was very simple as compared to the US universities actually. There was a simple application form, uh, and in that application form, apart from your regular details, you would have an SOP, the statement of purpose, and you'd require two letters of recommendation from your professors or like employees. So it was mandatory that one be from an academic side and one could be from a professional side. So I made sure that one was an academic professor from my college and one was the current employee. And it matters that you get references from like people who are in the field and who've done good work. This was there. And apart from that, one thing which I missed because I applied right before the deadline to be considered for scholarship, that was 10th Jan, I guess, yes, that there are separate essays that are required to be considered for them to consider you for different scholarships. I did not see that and I missed it. I was not ready with that essay, and thus I could not apply for the internal scholarships of Oxford. Not all scholarships require a separate essay, but there were two, three major ones that did require, and I did not apply. So one thing is just see you have to browse to the last page. So there'll be like 1 to 7 pages of the application. You need to see everything and then start working on it, because that was one mistake from my side that I did not see the 7th page where it asked me for an essay. And apart from the recommendations, SOP, and filling the entire application, TOEFL, like an English eligibility, either IELTS or TOEFL was one more requirement, which I already had because I had already given it. GRE was not compulsory, but because I had given it, I had to put that score, and I had a pretty decent score. So I think so that also helped me in this.
Okay. If we just summarize you would simply says first that you have to check whether your profile matches with the course requirement or not. So first you have to make sure that your profile matches with the course requirement. For that, what you can do, you can write to the program coordinator directly, or you can approach to various students who are already studying there. After that, simply you have to open the application form, apply, fill the basic information about yourself, about your education, about your employment opportunities, and then you need to give three important documents. That first is statement of purpose, second is letter of recommendation. That one can be academic, another can be professional, or both can be academic. And third, the most important is English language test. That can be IELTS or that can be TOEFL. In some course requirement, there may be requirement of GRE or GMAT that vary from course to course, which you need to see. So with this, Rutuja, I just want to know, uh, can you explain your statement of purpose, that how a candidate should approach statement of purpose for any course?
Mhm. Sure. So one important point which I did not know earlier was a difference between personal statement and statement of purpose. Both are different things. So you need to be
Okay.
sure of what has been asked on that university website. A
Mm.
personal statement is more like a story that flows. You keep narrating certain incidents that moved you to. It can be a longer one, but
Mm.
statement of purpose really needs to be very crisp. It needs to have few important points that what was your journey so far, very briefly, but significant parts of your journey that probably led you to pursue this course. then why this particular course or why this particular university. And the last but most important, I feel, was short term and the long term goal part of it. So, majorly, if you look at the three parts, they're very essential. Most of the people just sometimes miss the last two parts and are just, elaborating on the first
Rutuja,
part. Yeah.
there was some internet problem. So can you explain once again that when you started that journey and then you moved to why that particular course? So can you explain once again this?
Yeah, sure. So, three major parts, according to me, for a statement of purpose would have like the first part is your journey. It need not be like a story of you grew up in this and etc. But very crisp, like okay, you studied this, you did certain projects. How did they shape you? What did you learn from those projects? What was significant contribution if you were working at a particular research lab or like with an organization. This could be your journey, and then slowly, shifting to how that journey actually impacted you, like to the course you would want to pursue at the moment. And then you could probably you have to research your course very well. It is important. Most of the people just go by the title. Okay, it is public health, but it is not just public health. It is very specific to what. University you're applying to. So every university would have a different set of modules. So I would suggest go through the course modules, the topics, the labs, the professors, like the research faculty within that course is very important. Then you can highlight, probably you like work of a certain professor or you want to meet him, discuss things, etc. in that section of why this particular course or why this particular university. uh, and then move on to after the course you would need to have some clear idea of what you would be doing. You would need not do it of course, but it's always good that you have a vision of what you would want to do. That's brief about this. Am I still
Yes.
audible?
There was last 5
Yeah,
to
that
10
was
seconds there was.
brief
Yes,
about
yes,
it.
no
Yeah.
issue.
So about the long short term would be like right after the course, what you'd want to do. Say you would want to work with certain organization, or you want to take up a job in a research lab, etc. And long term would be like after 5 to 7 years, what you would want to do. You can even go broader, like very long term goal. Like they would not mind it. That is what I feel.
Rutuja, your voice is very low. Your voice is very low in
Okay.
last 5 to 10 seconds. So you
Okay.
were
Now.
explaining short term and long term. Yes.
Yeah, so I was saying a short term would be like right after you complete that particular course, what would you want to do? And
Mm-hmm.
whatever you would want to do, how will that course, like the modules you learned during that course, how would they help you? That is very important to sort of, get that connect so that the committee who's examining you would feel that, okay, this course is really necessary for the person to
Mm-hmm.
pursue so and so. So you need to link those, that linking is very important. You can't simply throw in pieces that are in the statement of purpose. And then you could go to your long term goal. It
Mm-hmm.
might be anything. You need not actually do it in your future, but like having a idea would actually help. You can in fact go to a very long term thing that I wrote in my essay that I would like to join politics, become the health minister of my country. There's no harm in doing that because it's always okay to dream. It's actually appreciated when you dream. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. So you you mean that we have to break our statement of purpose or personal statement into different parts, and we have to connect every link with each other, and then we need to do our research regarding that particular course, what modules you want to take, which professors are teaching those modules, what internship opportunities, which lab facilities are there. So you need to be very detailed in your research while explaining your position, why you
Yeah.
want to this particular course, why this particular university. So you need to be very thorough. I
Yeah.
just missed one more point which Rutuja said in last question regarding scholarship, that most of the students in India, because system, and in foreign there is a different process system. So here the scholarship has a different deadline, application process has a different deadline. So those any students who want to apply in foreign university, make sure that you start early, See when the scholarship application deadline is there. When the application deadline is there, there are two different deadlines, and for every course, most of the time there is a scholarship, there is a fund. So you need to do your research, and you need to start at least 1.5 years before when you apply. So when you start applying in 2021, you need to start now, so that you at least you have 4 5 months to understand the application process, and you understand the complete deadline. Because you, again, for scholarship also, you need to write a different essay. With this, as Rutuja explained in a very detailed manner, let's move to the next question. Rutuja, according to you, what are the criteria that prospective applicant should adopt while selecting courses and shortlisting foreign universities for pursuing higher education?
Okay, like one very first thing that comes to mind is the ranking of the university, which I like, which to an extent is a good indicator, but I'd say go beyond that. Start back tracing. For example, I wanted to, like, after my course, I always thought, I would want to take up positions in organizations like Niti Aayog and
Mm-hmm,
different or like even
mm-hmm,
broader, like would be WHO and things like that. So I just back trace, what modules do I require, what exactly I'd want to do if I'm working at WHO. I understood that I want to work on e-health program. How do I implement certain programs like throughout the
mm-hmm,
nation, things like that. So I want I looked up into courses that would cater to those needs. So backtracing is very important. Digging in deep with them, like into the modules, because it's important. Like not just the university name, but what exactly are you getting there? And apart from the theoretical like courses that you would probably learn there, uh, what sort of practical training do they offer? That was one important thing, at least in my domain. That includes professional training, debates, and things like that. It's important for a well-rounded education. Also, one
mm-hmm,
important thing was because I always wanted an interdisciplinary environment because I wanted to an intersection of engineering and say policy. So I made sure
mm-hmm.
universities I'm applying to have a good engineering department as well as a good social science or a public health department, so that probably I can take up like I can collaborate between two different departments and things like that. So all these were very personal to my this thing, but you have to make sure what is that you'd want to do in future and then backtrace it to what requirements that the university has to offer. And of course scholarships, like if a university has like many internal scholarships, like I would say go for it. Also, yeah, I think so. These are the most, and the fees. Like some universities have a very lower bar of the fees that they like ask you for. So, like if funding or finances are an issue to you, like you should target universities according to that. So it's not just the course, but your financial this thing, because you wouldn't want to work there for 24 hours and then not be able to do the course you actually went for. So taking into mind like the coursework, the finances, and the overall development that the university has to offer, yeah, these three things you have to look at. Like,
That's very interesting. Like one point you made, that one has to backtrack, where you want to work, say after getting degree, where you want to work, and what is that requirement. So accordingly, you choose your course, and according to that particular university, according to the ranking overall, or a ranking in particular course. So that's very important point, because that's make a very logical sense, how connecting your future goals with your course and then with the university. So that's very good insight for the viewers. uh, Again, I just like as you pointed out about scholarships, financial aid. So did you apply for any scholarship, or can you share your experience of applying to any scholarship?
yeah, so in fact, even before I started my application to Oxford, the way I got introduced to, like, got inclined to probably applying in the UK was the Chevening Scholarship. I missed the Commonwealth deadline. Most of my, like I spoke to a lot of seniors who were studying in UK and got to, like, I listed down a few scholarships that were available, and two of the most famous and prestigious ones were Commonwealth and Chevening. So I did apply to Chevening. That was the only scholarship I applied to in the United Kingdom. Apart from that, there were many
Perfect.
other scholarships which were offered by the British Council last year, but they stopped it from this year. Like there was this one particular scholarship for female students in STEM who are going to pursue their higher studies in UK.
Mhm.
This was I was eyeing for this particular scholarship, but they've stopped it. And there were one more. Uh, so yeah, it was just evening and the internal Oxford scholarships, which I'll be automatically considered for. So I'm just waiting for the results.
So there is a very common point coming that most of the students miss important scholarship because of the deadline, because people are not aware about various scholarship, fellowships, financial aid form. I think again I will request to all who want to go for foreign universities, please start early and you don't miss any deadline, at least for the scholarship, because that is very crucial. When you get the scholarship, that will help you in going there and continue their education. So with this, we'll move to the next question. And the next question is about what is your uh, I will say tips to the, or I will ask in a very brief manner, that what are the some of the qualities that an admission or scholarship committee looks in a prospective applicants. Like I just want to know from you that what basically admission committee look into a prospective applicant for a particular course.
Okay. So after I got admitted to this university, I realized that what helped me get into it was not the work I've done, like my engineering, like whatever current public health related work I was doing. There are many more people who are doing better work in the field of public health, but the engineering side. So basically, it is diversity. What diversity do you bring to that cohort is really important. So till now, they like I spoke to the admissions committee in the, like later on, and they said that most of the people who come here are either doctors, nurses, dentists, and people from life sciences or social sciences. There are very few engineers, that like that get into the course. So here, like being a biomedical engineer interested in public health was itself a very new thing. So
Mhm.
diversity, like, and you have to be very specific. So one point I missed in the statement of purpose is like you have to add one bit of what you would bring to the course or what you would contribute to the cohort in terms of your experience and learnings, etc. So that was one important point. The engineering, the data science experience that I have, that would be a good offering to the cohort, I feel. So that is one thing. Second is, of course, like having clear goals. As I said in the statement of purpose, like you need to be clear. Why are you here? You don't apply for the sake of applying, or you just don't go for your higher studies for the sake of going. So that is one, like probably first layer of filtering that they do. He's just applying for the sake of getting into a college or going for higher studies, but you have to be genuinely interested in that course or university. So that is the second. So having clear short and long term goals, and being very clear of what you can contribute to the course. These two, if you highlight, I think so, they pay a lot of attention to these two things.
Perfect. So your focus was mostly on diversity, what you will bring to the cohort of that particular year, short-term goals, long-term goals. So and that two are the most important things one must mention in your statement of purpose or in any document, so that your chances of selections are high. And then now we'll ask the last question from Rutuja, that can you give the final tips to the viewers who want to apply to University of Oxford or any other university in any course? So what is your final tips to the viewers or to the applicants?
Okay, like one thing I would say is connect to many people, as many as possible, like the current students, the alumni, and your seniors basically, because the insights they will give you from their personal experience would not be available anywhere, and that
Mhm.
really makes things clearer in your head whether this course or this university is the right choice for you or not. So, and this process is very like it's not very or it is not a tense process or something. So it's fun to talk to people. Like I would say, go to LinkedIn, connect to as many people as possible, take like schedule a meeting with them, and just make it clear in your head if you really want it or not. When you really want a particular course, and it shows in your SOP. So just be genuine.
Mhm. So that's one important point, like you made, that one should go out of their comfort zone and connect with alumni or scholars to have that insight before applying. Don't be
Mhm.
shy. People are very helpful. Go to or write them email, and definitely they are going to help you. So with
Yeah.
this, I will end this interview, and I just want to thank Rutuja for taking out your precious time and educating people about various scholarship, about University of Oxford application process, and how one should approach it. Thank you so much, Rutuja, for
Thank
coming
you so
here
much,
and sharing
Dhananjay.
your views.
Yeah.
Thank
Thank
you.
you for the initiative. Like, good luck.
Thank you. Thank you.